Check this out. Stephen A goes on The View and completely embarrasses them when they thought that he was going to bite at the narrative that they were trying to feed him. How are you guys all doing? Welcome to the channel. I am Ty Smith and you're watching my channel, Model Renaissance Man, in which I'm greatly appreciative of. Make sure you guys are following me on all the platforms you see above and below. Hit the thumbs up button, that way my content can stay consistently recommended to you. And if and when you do subscribe to the channel, click that bell notification and process that will bring up another tab that will allow you to select all notifications. What does that do? It sends out notifications to you when I post videos, when I go live, when I post something in the community tab, yada yada peanut butter, okay? Last but not least, go and subscribe to my other YouTube channel called Man, Husband, Father. I'm going to build up an audience and I'm going to put some content over there that's going to be dealing with those three titles, Man, Husband, Father. Everybody is welcome. We're going to talk about some deep stuff, some real stuff about those three titles, but everyone is welcome. I definitely want the ladies over there as well, all right? Appreciate you all. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got to get ready to get into this because Stephen A went on to The View and Joyless Bear, tried to bait him on something, and it completely backfired. So, of course, I'm going to watch it with you guys, and if you don't like pausing, I would suggest that you go over to The View and watch this clip right here in its entirety. But ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to roll into it because this is absolutely beautiful. Let's go.
So Trump's only been in office for 6 weeks. Seems like 6 years, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. And he's been going around with his cronies touting his so-called landslide and blowout win. But he won the popular vote by 1.5%, one of the smallest ever. And he won the general election by less than 50%. So what kind of mandate is this really?
Well, it is a mandate, and I'm going to explain why. And I don't mind the question, but let me be very clear. I'm no supporter of Trump. I'm a supporter of truth and the facts. And here's the facts. The man won every swing state. He increased in terms of his voter turnout in his favor from the standpoint of blacks, Latinos, and young voters. He increased his numbers in that regard from 2020. 89% of the counties shifted to the right.
I was saying 86.
That's a mandate. We can sit up there and play around all we want to. In 2020, they didn't.
Love it, y'all. Go on. Yeah. I know y'all want to get into it. Look at Joy Bear's body. Look at this. Watch Joy Bear's. Check this out. Watch her reaction when he's saying this.
We can sit up there and play around all we want to. In 2020,
look.
Trump didn't win the popular vote. He didn't win the electoral college vote. A matter of fact, the Republicans hadn't won the popular vote, if I remember correctly, since 2004. But they did this year. So 20 years after.
So you're talking Bush, right? You're talking Bush, Obama, Trump, Biden, and Trump. But that's nothing because it's just a small margin. Let's keep going.
After they last won a popular vote. Matter of fact, the Republicans hadn't won the popular vote, if I remember correctly, since 2004. But they did this year. So 20 years after they last won a popular vote, they won the popular vote. They won the electoral college vote. The man won every swing state. And on top of it, 89% of the counties shifted gears. I don't understand how people can look at that and say, there's no mandate. There's a mandate.
What's a different definition of a mandate?
Well, there's a different definition now because he completely just destroyed what you said. And now you trying to pull a Bill Clinton? I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Sir, yes, you did. Well, what does relations mean? I mean, right now I'm relating to you. You're relating to me. It doesn't mean it has to be anything sexual. So why would anybody imply, I'm here, you're there. They're both kind of the same. The only difference is yours has a T in front of the word here, and when it comes out to be there. See what I'm saying? What? Don't try to flip it around like that. He just completely destroyed what she was trying to do, and she had to eat it.
People can look at that and say, there's no mandate. There's a mandate.
What's a different definition of a mandate, I guess?
But the problem is that if you're the Democratic Party and you lost 49.8% to 48.3%, and you're looking at that 1.5% dip, that's an excuse for you to say, what we did really wasn't that bad. We should continue to do that. Don't continue to do that. Find a new strategy.
But do you think those groups, the black...
When she just said he only won by a small margin, ladies and gentlemen, This is what I want y'all to think about when you hear her say some dumb stuff like that. How big was the Democratic lead is what you need to be asking before he won by that small margin. Think about it like a car race. Somebody just barreling down. I mean, the Democrats just barreling down. It's a wrap. And you see the Republican, you see Trump just starting to come. And right when he gets to the end, he passed them up and barely beat them. What did Vin Diesel say? It doesn't matter if you win by a mile or an inch. Winning is winning. We won. Who cares about the percentage about how much he won in this particular case? It's the fact that you were leading, you were beating us. Y'all were right there at the finish line, and we caught y'all at the finish line and barely beat y'all. That's what you not understand. It was a comeback. It wasn't supposed to happen, but it did. Well, I don't care if you beat me, at least y'all basketball. They only beat us by 1 point. You still got beat. Who cares? You got beat. But again, what about those counties? 89%, he said. I said 86. Counties with the mandate wanted Trump in there. That means even some of y'all that were out there claiming, acting like y'all didn't like Trump, your county still voted for him. You might have did too, undercover. Let's keep going.
Voters, the Latino voters, and
Don't continue to do that. Find a new strategy.
Do you think those groups, the black voters, the Latino voters, and the others that you mentioned, are they going to regret it soon?
Possibly. I think so. I don't like what I'm seeing from Trump. I didn't like what I saw with Zelensky. I didn't like what I saw with a few things. But in the
what few things? See, I was asked what few things. Now, Zelensky, what does that got to do? What does the argument have to do with that?
Zelensky.
In the end, the point, I didn't like it. But in the end, what it comes down to is this. The American people, in their eyes, it wasn't about him. They were voting against what the Democrats were throwing in their direction. I don't only talk to Cuomo.
He said we didn't like, as Americans, what the Democrats were throwing out. The View is part of that system. The View, you guys are a part of that system, what we, the people, voted against. You idiots. And he just pretty much told y'all that to y'all face.
I did interview Eric Adams. I did interview Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. I interviewed these people. I've talked to them, and I'm going to talk to some more of them too. And I'm going to say the same message. What are you doing to win? I love Wes Moore, the governor of Maryland. I love Johnson Kerr of Pennsylvania, okay? I just interviewed Cuomo. I like him a lot. I want somebody to step up and recognize that man in the Oval Office, whether you like it or not, is potent. He's coming and he wins. You got to find a way to beat him. This way is not the way that the Democrats have been doing it.
Let's talk about.
Wait a minute. There ain't no beating Trump no more. I mean, when Trump leaves in 2025, it's over. You got to worry about who's going to be going up against the next stream of folks that might be in there. It might be J.D. Vance. Vice President J.D. Vance. It might be Ramaswamy again. I mean, you're going to have some people. It might be Governor DeSantis. But the question is, who is the Democrats going to have there? Kamala Harris again? Tim Walz? Who do they have? That's the question.
Not how people are feeling about his performance, because a CNN poll this week found that 52% of people disapprove of Trump's performance in office so far. So even though he may have won the
CNN? Okay.
general election by less than 50%, 52% disapprove of what he's doing.
Okay.
We're also seeing...
In regards to what? That's what I want y'all to be careful of. 52% disapprove of what Trump is doing in regards to what? 52% disapprove of how he handles Zelensky? What are we talking about? How he has Elon Musk doing what he's doing? Give me a specific on what the 52% is talking about. Don't just say 52% disapprove of the job that he's doing in regards to what? I always do the same thing with Biden. If people say 70% of all Americans disapprove of Biden's job in regards to the border, see what I'm saying? Just be specific. Don't just try to be tricky with that.
Republican voters at town halls opposing his executive overreach, giving Elon Musk the shadow presidency. Yet you said, quote, Trump is closer to normal than what we're seeing on the left.
Yeah, I was talking about why he won the election.
So?
When I made that statement, I was talking about, that was before the election.
I see.
Right?
Okay.
So when during the election, I said, in the immediate aftermath of the election, I pointed out he was voted for because they considered him closer to normal than what the Democrats were spewing. That was what I said at that particular moment in time. Now, obviously, Elon Musk is an entirely different matter altogether.
Right.
This man is not an elected official. He hasn't been confirmed by the Senate or anything.
And that's where we're going to have a problem at right there, because Jill Biden was not an elected official either. And she was sitting there heading up at the front of the table with cabinet members there. So What are we talking about? You do not. I gave you guys a video the other day showing you that elected official stuff is just a talking point. It means absolutely nothing. What Trump is doing with Elon Musk is what Trump can do with Elon Musk. So this whole elected official, nobody elected him. What are y'all talking about? That has nothing to do. Trump is doing everything he's supposed to be doing and can do within the Constitution that he's actually implementing right now. And again, I ask you, who elected Joe Biden to head up a cabinet meeting when Joe Biden was gone? I'll wait.
But he's got an inordinate amount of power.
Give it to him.
And by the way, we voted for that. We knew that Trump, when y'all said he's unelected, we knew what Trump was going to do before he put Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy to formulate the Doge, right? We knew about that. And guess what we did? We still wanted it, didn't we? We still wanted it. So when you say who elected him, I don't know. 89% of those counties, Stephen A.
By Trump.
I can understand how that could scare the living daylights out of folks and the approval ratings. Obviously, we pay attention to that. But here's the bigger question. Who on the Democratic side are the American people pointing to and saying that's the person?
Come on, wait. The View. Where y'all cue card man at? The clap. Stephen A is making some valid points, folks. I told you, I'm not for the right, I'm not for the left. Like he said about the truth, I'm for the truth too, but there are some things that I just know that Stephen A just said that he's ignorant to, especially when it comes to that whole elected official talking point bull crap, right? But in this case, when he just said, who do they have? Who do the Democrats have? How come nobody? That's a good question. Want to tell you why? Because y'all feel defeated because y'all got beat. Y'all heads hung low. Y'all need a new coach. Y'all, that's all. Clap your hands. Yeah, you're right. We got beat. We Democrats. What are y'all gonna do? Who do y'all have there? Jeffries? Yeah, right.
Well,
they don't have anybody yet.
Well, we're
plenty.
6 weeks in with who.
National Voice.
Right. We're 6 weeks in with who.
Jeffries.
Everybody said let him do what he's doing so we can see what's going on. So, and now people are saying, well, what are you going to do as a Democrat? Well, wait a minute now. Y'all didn't want to hear what we had to say as Democrats because that wasn't what people voted for.
True.
Well, who? Nobody wanted Kamala. Nobody wanted Tim Walz's crazy self. So again, who? Here I watch they try to deflect and take your focus on something else. Definitely not going to address the question that Stephen A just asked.
So now we have a clear definition, and the American people will decide how they like what he's doing because now it's affecting in a way that people were not anticipating. People who didn't think they would be affected, like the folks who work in the federal government, they never saw this coming.
What they have to do with the middle class people that voted for this? You said they never saw it. Wait. She said they never saw it coming. Oh, you mean like months that led up to President Trump winning when they said they're going to formulate Doge, Department of Government Efficiency, where they would go in and do these things and make sure that people are doing their jobs right, to make sure that people are not wasting our money. You mean they didn't get a heads up? Come on now, stop, Whoopi.
And
They
people
never
can't make
saw this
omelets
coming.
anymore.
Sorry about
Oh, that's right.
People can make omelets. Everybody doesn't eat eggs. Not a fan. But I like chickens. But I'm not a fan of
Oh, Lord, don't make racist comments like that. You can't be a black woman talking about you like chicken.
eggs for the mouth. Anyway, our thanks to
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that right there was a nice takedown right there. Like I said, one thing I can tell you, Stephen A seems to be a very sensible person. And then what I don't like about this is that when we say things like I don't agree with everything he says, I don't disagree with everything that Stephen A says. I do like that Stephen A will stick to his guns on what he believed for that time. And should he be educated and upgraded on some things, he will come out and say it. What people hate about this is that they can't understand why Stephen A can think like he do, say what he says in regards to Trump, and still be saying, I'm not voting for Trump. They can't get it. It does not matter. What he did say is flat out truth about how we picked Trump and how we selected Trump and how Trump won. See, notice this. It's like, look, I'm not hating on y'all. I'm just going to tell it like it is. One of the biggest curses that a lot of women have is that there is no accountability when someone points out what you do. If y'all don't believe nothing I'm saying, listen to this. The Democratic Party was all about pushing feminism. The Democratic Party was all about making men emasculated. The Democratic Party was all about making men dress up like women to go read to little kids. The Democratic Party was all about making everything feminine. And something about women, a lot of women, there's no accountability. What are you saying that for, Ty? Look at what he just said. He just literally told them what the problem was, what the issue was, and what the Democratic Party did. They still don't want to take no accountability for it. What they want to do? Well, Trump, look what, 52%. Well, he only been 6 weeks. We gonna say it ain't about who we don't got. No accountability. The stuff he just told y'all to your face, the stuff that y'all were doing did not work. The American people by 89%, according to what he said, by county-wise, did not want what y'all was spewing out. That ain't it because they, see, no accountability whatsoever. That feministic Jezebel spirit reigns in the Democratic Party. I can't even talk right now. Getting Joe Biden encephalopathy right now. Woo, I love this, y'all. You guys let me know what y'all think of this takedown right here by putting it in the comment section below after this video. Don't forget to do what y'all see right here. If you would like to see the next video that I'm doing in chronological order, up there, things as a variety here. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. Most of all, praying every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all.